Our call as well as today's call was, if you listen and watch the voices of other countries, is COVID first. Let us defeat COVID and give vaccination to over 100 countries that are today asking for the vaccination. And it's not a time to be bringing country-specific resolutions like selecting country A, B and C. This was the voice. And we shall not also support countries who are in the process of progressing, building better lives to people who have been lost their lives by terrorism, progressing in economic and other sectors in those countries. Sri Lanka was appreciated by all these countries who expressed their viewpoint. I must say, His Excellency the President, with his mandate in 2019, soon after his election as President, decided, has promised to the country to withdraw from the co-sponsorship of the resolution on Sri Lanka, which the previous government had agreed. But constitutionally, it was not possible. Not only this government is saying this, even my predecessor, Minister Marapanan, mentioned this officially in international forum that constitutionally Sri Lanka can't go forward with the co-sponsored resolution. So we withdrew from the co-sponsorship. But His Excellency the President appointed domestic mechanism headed by a Supreme Court judge, the highest judicial authority of Sri Lanka, the Supreme Court, a member of the Supreme Court, to head a commission of inquiry to entertain any complaints or allegations made by any Sri Lankans for the period that we were facing the most difficult conflict in the world arena, facing up to the barbaric LTTE, which is even banned, a banned organization today. All over Europe it's banned, the United States it's banned, in most of the countries, UK and other countries it's banned, in India it's banned, and still they want to have a special process against Sri Lanka to collect various information. This is what this resolution initiates, but leading to much more dangerous objectives if they were able to succeed. Out of the 47 countries on the Human Rights Commission, they could harness only 22. 25 votes was not on their side of the resolution. They did not say yes to the resolution. This is the most important message that the countries in Geneva has given amidst great pressure by the European countries on them. We thank all those countries who stood up for the defense not only of Sri Lanka, for the defense of all other countries, sovereign nations of the world. Because today it could have been Sri Lanka and tomorrow it could have been any other country. The global south has stood up and clearly expressed the view that His Excellency the President, Prime Minister and the government of Sri Lanka very clearly stated before the Commission. Today the voting pattern goes as out of the total 47, 22 for the resolution, 11 opposed to the resolution, and 14 abstaining, not voting with the resolution, which adds up to 25. This was not the forecast of the European nations even about 1 hour ago. I must say, their figures have gone wrong. as they go wrong by depriving hundreds of countries, over 100 countries of vaccination, by blocking even the flow of vaccination to this country. Sad to say, but we have to mention this. Human rights. Sri Lanka restored human rights by defeating the LTT. LTT massacred all Tamil democratic leaders. LTT massacred innocent children, youth of the north and east. Sri Lankan forces were able to bring the conflict to an end so that Sinhala, Tamil, Muslim, all could live in a better way, better, secure human life in Sri Lanka. And we are moved forward today, as I mentioned in Sinhala, from Point Pedu to Dondra. Dondra to Point Pedu. Anyone can move, any citizen can move up and down, travel, do business, engage in any vocation. That is the achievements of Sri Lanka's progress now. And the European countries have not understood the ground situation. The ground situation is that no one would question that. Tourists are wanting to come to Sri Lanka, to travel around Sri Lanka. If not for COVID, they would have been here. So we once again would like to thank all the countries that voted against the resolution, voted to abstain, not agreeing with the resolution against Sri Lanka. The call was made by China, a member of the Security Council. It was followed by Pakistan, Russia, also a member of the Security Council, and Cuba from Latin America. We have had most of the countries of Asia voting with Sri Lanka, more than the others. We have had the majority of African countries, continent of Africa, not voting with the resolution, and countries of Latin America, South America, especially Cuba, Venezuela and Bolivia, voting against the resolution, thereby giving right across the three continents a support extending to this voice of the global south against the domination the way the Western powers are seeking. I don't want to go further and anything further. We also thank all of you, even the media, who gave attention to this issue and gave enough consideration to make it an important debate across the country. We also understand the difficulties that most of the other organizations have faced amidst the pressure brought by the European nations. I would also like to add that one of the important countries of Asia, Japan, abstained and did not follow the European nations' call. And India also has abstained. So with this, you have the details, I don't have to go through. It's clear that the resolution has had no majority approval of the Council. This is the reality, whatever they want to say. And any of these resolutions, without the consent and the acceptance of the country concerned, cannot be implemented. That is the basic principle. We'll have to go a very, very long way. So they have been calling for reports in the next 12 months. 12 months, and that they would be reporting back. quite okay. We have been facing this route 2012. We faced this in 2013. Yet we faced this in 2014. As I mentioned, what the President has committed the country, our government will progress with human rights improvement as well as democratic rights as we have protected. We are the oldest parliamentary democracy in Asia. Parliamentary elections have been held. Presidential elections have been held. A mandate to the President and the government has been very clear. We hope, as we mentioned the Human Rights Commission in Geneva, our commitments to the UN system will continue. We are members of all UN agencies, including our forces are serving in the United Nations peacekeeping forces. That is how Sri Lanka has been contributing and will contribute as we move along and make further progress. On behalf of the Foreign Ministry, myself, the Deputy Minister and the Secretary and other officials, I also would like to extend our sincere appreciation and to thank all our foreign missions, Sri Lankan embassies who have been extending all their cooperations and the officials, as well as once again to countries that have voted with us, who have given us strength, and strength to the global south to stand up in this current affairs which is being today heavily lobbied to be conducted on the requirements of the Western European countries. Thank you.